What's up guys, this is Peppa's Dominion here with a StoneAge World video. So today we're going to be talking about the most important pet that you need to get inside of StoneAge World, and that is the Manmo. Manmo is key to you being able to grow your account, to get past a lot of content, to beat things that are semi-challenging or very challenging. Manmo is the key to success, and I'm going to walk you through some of the build on mine, what's helped me get through where I'm at, and show you some of the steps that you can take. Alright, so step one is acquiring a Manmo. So we're going to go up to the recharge tab at the top. We're going to scroll up to the recharge bonus, and then after you scroll down you see the accumulated recharge of 5,000 blue gems. So if you go to the recharge tab right above this, it shows you how many blue gems you can buy. The first time you buy them, I don't believe it counts for a recharge. After you buy it once, then it should be count towards that number, and you have to buy up to 5,000. So you want to spend 100 or 200 bucks right off the bat, then you can get yourself a Manmo on day one. Otherwise, if you want to go the free-to-play method, you go to the shell shop, and you can go down to a pet egg, and there's a Manmo family, and that egg is 300,000 shells, which is a hefty amount as a beginning player. Not really sure where that's going to come from. I didn't. But the easiest way to do that is actually to do advanced auto battles, which don't unlock until level 45. But once you get there, and apparently I have already finished mine for the day. Sorry about that. So I can't show you exactly where that is, but you get 21 of the advanced auto battles a day, and I normally loot 4 or 5 different eggs, and in that you can go back to the shell shop, and I'll show you where to go. You sell it, and they are 15,000 each, which I don't have any in my inventory because I've already sold mine for the day. But if you're able to sell a bunch of those a day, you can get there in a week or two. Pretty easy peasy, lemon squeezy, but that is how you're going to acquire your Manmo. Alright guys, next let's get into building out our Manmo, seeing what it takes to make our Manmo hit like a truck and take hits like a truck as well. So as you'll see on the character page, or the pet page, my Manmo has HP over 15,000 right now, and I'll try to edge it up a little bit in this video, as you'll see a little bit later. My defense is the second highest stat and agility is the third, but I really haven't put much work into any of those. I would say that agility is the second most important stat to me, but HP is without a doubt the most important stat for Manmo to have, and we'll get into that later. As you see, the behavior I currently have is agile. That's actually not the stat that I want. I actually want it to be composed because that will give me HP percentage, make the attack a little bit higher. However, agility is also important, just not the best. I'm just a little bit low on the stones to change it. So we're going to stick with that for right now. It's not terrible. And then we're going to move into some of the other stats. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to the research tab now and talk about some of the research that I put onto Manmo. So I put maxed out HP, that was the first priority, most definitely. Then I decided to max out agility next. Agility was the next most important to me because I would rather my Manmo be able to go faster rather than take more hits. And the reason for that is I can put more pets in a lineup to increase defense, like a turtle for instance, or throw some healers in the lineup, but I want Manmo to be able to kill the opponents faster. So if he can go before the opponents, then he's going to be able to have that chance to kill opponents before they can take out my other team members. And that's kind of one of my goals, to kill before you're killed. Because speed is usually, in most games, the king. Speed is king. So that's what I go for, is agility. Now crit rate is pretty important. Definitely want to have some of that. Counter chance is not important. I've put one into it, but I need to take it out at some other point when I'm min-maxing, just because counter chance is going to be based off of his basic attack, and his basic attack is going to need attack percent, and we're not worrying at all about building up his attack stat. So if he counters, he's going to have a very low attack, which is basically useless. So putting anything in a counter chance, if you're not building attack, doesn't matter, and I don't recommend building into attack, because that's just wasting stats from your HP. So reflect chance would actually be much better since he's tanking, which I'll show you that skill in a moment. He's going to be able to reflect a good amount of damage, but accuracy would be the next most important thing to put it into. And that's the third most important stat here, and that is because when he does his skill, his A1, which is an AOE attack, it's going to have a chance to taunt. Now that chance to taunt is very important because we want to keep all the enemies attacking our Manmo, not the rest of the team. So a higher accuracy guarantees well, it doesn't guarantee, but it increases the chance to be able to land those taunts. Alright, so let's move over to the skills. As you see, his first active attack, Indiscriminate Attack, does damage based off of HP to all enemies, plus the chance to taunt. So that accuracy matters because of the taunt, and as you continue to increase the skill there, that goes up. But more important than anything is the damage based off of HP, not off of attack. Before the Manmo nerf at the beginning of the game, that was based off of HP and attack. Now it is just HP. So all you have to do is build up HP. You do not have to put anything into attack for this skill to hit like a truck. So the higher you get HP, the higher it hits. Let's go over that again. The higher HP, the higher it hits. I just don't want you to forget. It's very important. So if we go down to his passive now, Worm and Fluffy Fur, that is a skill that is going to increase HP by a certain percentage as you level it up. It increases the abnormal status resist and ignores some critical hit. What you do want to do though is avoid the ultimate down there, Ancient Power. Heals a target and decreases damage taken. It would be better to put a healer in the team and a defensive player on the team that is going to do those for you, like a Turtle and I think Petravis as the healer, something like that, that are doing those other functions for you so you can focus on being a nuke. You don't want to waste any skills not getting out massive amounts of damage every time you go. So as you see on my Manmo here, I've on the growth tab, I've maxed out the growth. He's obviously not an S tier pet, but I've got him as high up as I can because I want him to be awesome. I've got an HP amulet on him just so I could get more HP in any way possible. Helps to have a little bit of extra dexterity there, but that's not what the focus was here. It's just to make sure I have as much HP as possible because HP is the reason for Manmo's success. Alright, so now we're going to go over to the pet costumes, which it looks like I don't have one equipped. I think mine expired earlier today, but that's alright. We'll go to the trade insignias because I've got a few extra of those. Get the Primitive Warrior, which is Manmo's costume. We'll put it on, and that should give him an extra 300 HP. And then we'll go up and check his new stats. Oh wait, I don't think I equipped it. Make sure you hit OK. Alright, and now we'll go back up to his stats, and we'll see that his HP is now up to 15,700, which is about 400 more than what it was at the beginning of the video. So a slight increase, but every little bit helps. Now we're going to go over to the lineup and check his totems, which I have on him a status totem, which is for HP. So that gives him a nice little bit of that, and then a little bit of abnormal status resist there, which is also useful. Gotta love every bit of both of those because as the main damage dealer for the abnormal status, you don't want him to have abnormal statuses on him, and that's something that you can build a team around when you're working on a Manmo, is to make sure that there's people who can remove things like confusion and whatnot off of him, or taunts that get landed on him. That way he can focus on always getting his active skill out. So I'm going to do a few test runs for you guys now. So I took all of the teammates out of the lineup, so it's just Manmo and the trainer in there, and he's going to go wreck some things for you to show you just what he is capable of. So we're walking around trying to find that now. So the Manmo for my account I got him around level 60, and it has completely transformed the entire game for me. So I was at DOJO level 30 when I first got Manmo, and as I've been building him up, I have now got myself up to 76, which I'm actually could still beat some more at the moment. I just haven't really spent much time upgrading the rest of the team because Manmo is such a beast. And in these battles, you'll see that he essentially takes 2 hits to kill all these guys off. He's doing over 1100 damage, I think, which is pretty impressive. And he's doing that to each and every single one of these little ink pigs. It's beautiful. When he crits, he's obviously doing a little bit more, and it's just fantastic. He absolutely raffle stomps everything that he goes against. And so when building a team around Manmo, you want to have people that help keep his energy up, so that way he can always do his active skill. You want to have other people who can help increase defense, some healers, and then depending on what you're going against, you can swap in some extra DPS, or you can swap in more healers or of some sort. And you also want to make sure that those healers and those type of support characters can remove bad statuses. That way he doesn't have a taunt on him and doesn't have confusion or anything like that. And so that is something you want to focus on as you're building him up. And that is about all I have to say about Manmo, other than he is an absolute superstar. You need him for every aspect of this game. Do not hesitate. Focus on him right now. Get him, and you will be thanking me later. Alright guys, this has been a StoneAge World video. If you like it, hit like and subscribe if you want to see more. Alright, thanks guys.